everyone, I am Pratima and this is the all-new Realme 13 Plus that I have been testing for the past few days. This phone has just launched for some 20,000 rupees and Realme says that it is the best performing phone of its class. More specifically, they are hinting that the Realme 13 Plus has the best gaming performance in its price range. Now, if you have watched my latest video on the best phones under 20,000 rupees, you would know that I gave the Performance Champ Award to the iQOO Z9 that came with the Dimensity 7200. This phone has the Dimensity 7300 energy, by the way. And theoretically, the Dimensity 7200 indeed has faster CPU and GPU benchmarks than the Dimensity 7300. So how come Realme is claiming such big things then? Well, what Realme has done here is they have optimized the gaming performance of this phone to give you the best possible FPS.
अरे कहना क्या चाहते हो?
Let me explain. So while all the other phones around the 20,000 ballpark offer a maximum of 60 FPS in games like PUBG, Call of Duty and Mobile Legends, Realme is offering 90 FPS support, which means that you can get even smoother gameplay experience on the 13 Plus. And it's not like the stability while gaming is compromised. No. If you look at the average FPS and the 99th percentile in Mobile Legends, for instance, it's almost the same, which means you are getting stable frames per second here. Even with slightly more GPU intensive games like PUBG and Call of Duty, the FPS numbers that I am getting are not very far off. So it's safe to say that you are actually getting good FPS numbers in most of the popular titles here. Now, I say most because in Genshin Impact, you are not going to hit the 60 FPS number. Instead, you only get around 25 to 27 FPS on average, and that's about it. If you try to go higher, the gameplay becomes a bit laggy and stuttery. Another good news about the Realme 13 Plus is that it does not throttle the performance during gaming either. Yes, the phone gets slightly hot. I recorded a max of 42 degrees while playing games, but there is no sudden dip in performance, which may be because Realme has used a big stainless steel vapor chamber cooling solution here. I noticed that after long gaming sessions, the heat is mostly localized on the top, like around the camera module. So overall, I am happy about the gaming results and the thermals that I am getting from this phone. And Realme has also promised a total of 2 years of OS and 3 years of security updates here, although I am still waiting for this phone to receive August security patch. I think Realme will only offer quarterly security patches here. Thankfully, keeping the gamers in mind, Realme has not gone with a curved screen here. It's a flat screen, so there are no mistouches while playing games on the Realme 13 Plus. And this is a decent AMOLED screen. It's a Samsung E4 AMOLED panel, and the core quality of this screen is quite nice. The touch response is good and it is sufficiently bright as well. It's not the brightest that you can get in this price range, but you can go up to 1200 nits in the auto mode, which means visibility is good enough under direct sunlight, so no issues. This screen is HDR certified as well and it works very well on YouTube. Even while playing a 4K HDR video, I noticed no stutters of any kind, so that is nice. It still does not support HDR playback on OTT platforms as of now, but it was the same with the Realme GT60 in the beginning, but later HDR playback on Netflix arrived with an update, so I am hoping it will be the same with the Realme 13 Plus as well. Overall, with the thin bezels and a super fast in-display fingerprint sensor and a nice screen, you can actually get a good display experience on the Realme 13 Plus. However, I wish I could say the same about the haptic feedback too. Usually, all Realme devices have good vibration feedback, but this one is an exception. They haven't used a more expensive X-axis motor here, hence the feedback is buzzy and it does not feel tight or crisp at all. And while I am still complaining, the speakers are nothing extra here too. The highs sound slightly distorted and they are only decently loud. I like the design of this thing, by the way, especially the color options are very refreshing. The green one that I have with me looks quite nice and the purple one looks cool too. You get a frosted plastic design as opposed to the leather back we got on the Realme 12 Plus, but I am not complaining. This dual tone finish does give quite a bit of character to the phone. Realme is also providing IP65 dust and water resistance here, and the build quality and everything is quite sturdy too. The only thing that I'm a little torn about this design here are these sharp edges, which could be a little uncomfortable when you use the phone or game on it for a longer period of time. And also there is only Dragon Trail glass protection here and no Gorilla Glass protection. But the best news for the gamers is right here. Realme has not removed a headphone jack on this phone, which is just great. Alright, so now let's talk about the cameras, and here on the Realme 13 Plus, the company has omitted an ultra-wide angle lens, so you are basically getting a 50 megapixel Sony LYT600 primary sensor and a useless 2 megapixel mono sensor. Anyway, the primary camera performance of this phone is really nice. Realme phones always have a punchy output, which is the same here as well. Sometimes the colors do look overly boosted, but most of the time you get striking images with good details, so I will not complain. In fact, I compared this phone with the more expensive OnePlus Nord CE4, and in good lighting conditions, surprisingly, the Realme 13 Plus competed quite well. It's only in difficult lighting conditions that the dynamic range takes a little hit on the Realme 13 Plus. Otherwise, during daytime or even at night, you can actually get some nice shots from this device. I am not a huge fan of the portraits from this phone though. Yes, Realme has included a 2x mode for portraits, but most of the time there is this red tint on the subject's face which does not look good. So I hope Realme works on fixing the skin tone colors with an update. Selfies are good though, the skin tone and everything is very nicely portrayed. The videos are not bad as well. You can shoot at a max resolution of 4K 30 FPS and the stabilization is satisfactory, I would say. The videos are a little cropped, but they are good enough for casual use. From the front camera, the max you can shoot is 1080p and the output is just average. Okay, lastly, the battery life on the Realme 13 Plus is quite standard. You are not getting the bigger 5500 mAh battery as with OnePlus, Realme and Vivo phones here. It's just a normal 5000 mAh cell which gave me a consistent 6.5 hours of screen on time, which is decent enough to last for a whole day. Charging is also fast here. You get an 80-watt charging support, and with the 80-watt brick that you get inside the box, this phone takes 30 minutes to get to 57% and around 43 minutes for a complete refill. Okay, so with everything that I have discussed in this video, it's safe to say that the Realme 13 Plus is a decent smartphone for its price. It definitely has an edge with the 90 FPS gaming support on popular games, which could be a very good selling point for the phone among gaming enthusiasts. But even other than gaming, it's also a very well-rounded device with good cameras, nice design, vibrant display, and good battery life. Yes, there is a little bit of compromises in the haptics and speakers here, but overall, for some 20,000 rupees, I believe the Realme 13 Plus is a good value device and it's got my recommendation. So everybody, that was all for my full review of the Realme 13 Plus. Do let me know in the comments below what you think about this device, and while you're there, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Saying this, I'm Pratima and I will see you in my next video.